You like to fish inshore? You know how important it is to make those long casts to reach those redfish and trout and snook that are far away on the flats? Well, if you want to know more, stay tuned. Hey, I'm Patrick Sebile. Thank you to join us with TackleDirect to watch together this video. I'm going to talk to you about a lure I specifically designed for long distance when it comes to fish on the flats. So this bait is named the Twitshad. So to start with right away, one of my previous bait with my previous brand and namesake company, Sebile, was the stick shad. And some of you who've been fishing on the flat know that bait. I designed that bait to optimize the jerking, twitching, darting action. The Twitshad is with my new company and my new brand, Engage. The Twitshad have a #1 goal. This is to be the longest possible twitching, floating bait. Because on the flats, distance matter more than anything. Very often, the matter is when you fish in very shallow water, fish that are very finicky, that are very shy. You know, those fish who knows that if you make a wrong movement on your boat, you make some noise, and suddenly you spook all the fish on the flat around you. That's why there's a big number of cases where you must reach the fish that are the most far away possible. And the lure that can make the longest cast possible on the flats really help you to reach those guys before they are aware of your presence, before they get spooked, when they are in the best condition to feed on the prey. That's why the Twitshad come in 90mm. That's basically
what a great lure to sight fish this red.
But it is a very rounded bait. And the fact that's rounded means there's a lot of buoyancy for its size. So I came with that bait to optimize what can I do to have a lure that not only will make that very long cast, you know, and will be quite stable in the air, you know, especially if you think about those days that's a bit windy. And that's why, thanks to that design, natural shape, but enough floatability that can lift enough weight, despite being a floating lure, that still will outperform over twitch bait, floating twitch bait. I insist on that. Of course, if you take a suspending or sinking, that means they are heavier. Then of course that's easier to have a sinking lure that casts longer than floating. But if you want to compare apple to apple, if you want to compare a 3.5 inch floating twitch bait versus another 3.5 inch floating twitch bait, well, this guy, based on all the tests I've made, is the one that reached the longest distance. Compared to many of the other baits, you can make a 12, 15, 20 feet longer cast, and this is big deal. This is where you make the difference on those days. So some of the features you can notice are what? You see this pectoral fin? It's not a gimmick. It's not just made to make the bait look cool. It's actually what helps the bait to dart when you retrieve it, and also give a bit more stability when it's in the air. So that's why that bait is definitely dedicated for the distance. Now, with the front, the way it does it, it also helps you, in fact, to do a underwater walking the dog. Not like crazy 180 degree. There are other baits in the range that does that. Again, that one is made to the purpose of long distance. And also, I mean, check out the split ring and treble hook. You know, many of the twitch bait on the market come with the weakest possible components because, well, basically, companies try to sell the stuff the cheapest possible, and then, well, some angler will keep it the way it is, and they will lose sometimes a big fish, and they will really be sad about that. Or people will have to replace those hooks and put the right hooks and the right split ring. So I just want to have a bait that truly works properly straight out of the box. So that's why you can really rely on that. You know, when you're going to be using your typical combo for the inshore fishery, you really can fight and land really good fish with that. Not only it's thick wire, very strong, but those are really very sharp, really high quality hooks. So this guy is named the Twitshad, and that is really a key bait when it comes to make long cast on the flats.